What's good? Today we're back with a brand new patch. Imagine if you could randomize Sytrus and a load of post effects to get interesting basses every single time you hit a randomize button. That was my idea. I made a patch last year, and today I'm excited to finally bring it to you guys. It's called FM Machine. Let's get into it. All right, here we are in FL, and before we get into the breakdown of the patch, I just wanted to give you guys some demos of what this can sound like. Keep in mind there's no external processing going on. This is all just the patch and different forms, different versions of the patch. It'll be all in a big pack included on my Patreon. I believe there's 40 something presets and 50 samples included. All right, here we go. Here's the list of presets. Yeah, so that's what you can do with FM Machine. Lots of variety there. I just wanted to take a second to break down the different modules in here so that you can kind of understand how it's working, what to do with it, and everything. So to start, we have the initial first portion here, which is the front end UI. You have main oscillator, oscillator 1, that's your bass waveform. Then you have oscillator 2, which you can use to push an FM into oscillator 1. For instance, see? And then you have the pitch, which you could do an envelope on the pitch in either direction. And then you have the filter, which you can automate on that, or you can use the envelope here. And then you have the voicing as well, which you can use. That's the typical Sytrus, voicing. You can add extra detuning and stuff. So you get the idea. That's this section. Forgot to mention, this is a plain sine wave out for the sub, just in case if you want a top end and bottom end and just leave the sub clean out and then just affect this top section with effects here, or you can send the sub into the effects via this button. And this is the effects section. We have the RingMod and frequency shifter here with the mix. So let's say, in case you want to do something with RingMod there, you could do, rolling kind of. As you can hear, there's kind of something going on there. Or you could do regular frequency shifting. We have multiband delay, so that's just phasing it, because we have the frequency, we have the feedback all the way up. So, and then you have a disperse knob down here. Already getting some cool sounds out of it. And then you have distortion, 4 different modes for distortion. And that's the asim. This way it goes stereo, this way it goes mono. And then you have also crush and noise in here. That's important to note. For the crush, this is kind of a bit crusher, and then this is the rate crush. So you can hear the kind of different type of digital distortion going on. And then noise, this is actually a bandpass here. You can kind of hear it there. Just adding extra high end onto it. And then we have OTT. I did the OTT a little differently, just the way I routed it and stuff. Important to note with the speed, you can turn it all the way down and it kind of turns into its own type of distortion. So you can kind of hear it get real harsh right there. And it's all entirely in Maximus, so this mix knob just controls the low, mid, and high of Maximus. So if you look in here, it's controlling these here, and the LMH mix here. All right, I've exposed the back end. Don't be alarmed. So we have a lot of cables going everywhere. You don't have to worry about any of this if you're going to be using the patch, but if you want a full breakdown of this, we have each bass waveform is its own Sytrus. Just kind of going through like how I built the patch. Each bass waveform is its own Sytrus, and then the additional oscillators 2 through 6 are the secondary waveform that create the FMing and stuff. And then this is the basic sub out for the sub button. And then you have your sub high pass for this. If you turn your sub on, it high passes the top end so that they don't clash. And then you have the frequency shifter. Distortion is all done inside of Distructor. Classic multiband delay. And then your upward compressor. So that's the patch. If we want to sound design a little bit, we can do that. Let me see if I can create something really quick out of this by hitting the random button and tweaking a bit so you can see how I would approach sound designing with this. Let's see. Just hit these buttons. Let's put this on a different lane here and maybe put like a sound goodizer just for loudness reasons on just to see. It's actually kind of crazy sounding. Alrighty, that's one like. Kind of cool. Interesting. You get the idea. You know, you could do this all day and make samples and stuff, but yeah, that is FM Machine. I have some other similar instrument patches and kind of stuff coming that I'm very excited about, but for the time being, use this one. See what you come up with. Join me in the Discord. It's in the description as well. I'm going to be putting some other samples that I make from this patch in there. We can share them around and stuff, and happy creating. Go on my Patreon, get this on there, and along with like a ton of other patches. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.